Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about gliding along and hymn from the Nell Bay Modern Guitar Method Grade 1 book. So let's check it out. Just to review a little bit, what we were working on in our last lesson, we were just taking this little pattern in 3, playing that bass note first. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine that now with some chord outlining, some other stuff that we've been working on here. So we're going to start with a C major chord, and then we're going to go to G7 just like we were doing the last time. And then we're back to C. We have a new voicing for D minor, one that we haven't really talked about here in the book, but we have F, A, and D. So that's going to be your D minor chord. And of course we can put the low D in there. We're going to be playing that as an arpeggio. That's just a descending C major. Again, G7, F, D, B, and then going up. So it's just another chord outlining thing. So we're combining chord outlining with the bass solos with chord accompaniment, the accompaniment line. Here's what we do. We're going to outline C major. Then we're going to play our pattern. And let's just stick to that. We'll do the same thing that we did last time. Let's just stick with arpeggio and then pattern, and we're going to switch between those two. It's really, again, we're simplifying it, especially for our left hand. We can really concentrate on our picking. Just like that. Then we're going to take the same little pattern, but outlining a G7 chord. We have G, B, and D, and then our G on top. Now that we have that down, what we're going to do is we're going to take the C major pattern, that whole 4-measure idea, and now our G7 idea, and we're going to play that, and we're just going to switch between the two. We're not even so worried about like playing the piece exactly as written just yet. We're just taking these ideas and kind of deconstructing them. That time going. Right on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play a very similar kind of arpeggio line, chord outlining line that we've been playing before. We're going to start with C major, and we're just going up and down. There's C major, we're going to go D minor. So that's going to be a switch right there. Notice how with the F, A, and the D, I'm playing those ring finger, middle finger, pinky finger. I'm not doing anything like this. It's right here. And that's going to allow me that ability to have that C right there. Then again, descending C major starting on G, G7 starting on an F, and you'll notice that instead of hopping that, a lot of the time I'm going to play the C with my ring finger and the F with the pinky finger. That's kind of a personal choice for me. I would experiment with both and I would find what's most comfortable for you there. But what's most comfortable for me there is coming from that line. I've just always found that, you know, that's where I naturally go to. So now let's play the whole piece together. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I always like to give that full chord there at the end. Very good. So the next piece that I just played for you was called Hymn, H-Y-M-N, like something that you would find in the hymnal. And unfortunately, there's a couple of these in the book that are just titled Hymn, that are actual hymns from the hymnal. And this is one that I just cannot, like, I know that I know the melody, and I've played so many of these pieces before, but I just cannot picture what this melody actually is. So if you know what hymn this actually is, please let me know. Put it in the comments. That would be great. But otherwise, moving forward, what we're doing here is, this is what I would really call our first bass solo with chord accompaniment, because what we're really doing here is we're playing a melody in the bass. So far with our melody lines, we've really been concentrating on melody line on the top, right? The highest note being the melody note. Here we're actually going to be doing the opposite. We're actually going to be having the melody be in the bass. And then we're finding in between the space that I always talk about, within that space, we're going to fill that space with some of our chords. So if we start on an E, we can play our C major chord here. That's what we're doing. C. And that's the same pattern that we've just been playing. D, so it's just taking that C major, going to G7, excuse me, and then ending on a C major chord. So let's play through it together. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. that was Gliding Along and Hymn. Again, if you know what hymn that was, please do put that in the comments, because in the book it's just titled as Hymn. I assume for like copyright purposes or something like that. But Rick Beato would probably be the guy to ask about that, because he knows all about that stuff. But that's totally beside the point. But anyway, that was Gliding Along and Hymn. We're really starting these bass solos with chord accompaniment kind of thing. We've been kind of branching ourselves into that place, and now we're really getting there. So that's kind of an exciting and fun thing to be adding to our palette. We will be talking about these quite a bit more, so I do put some concentration into them. If there's any of them that you want to see specifically, do please again put that in the comments if you can. That would be great. Other than that, I believe next week we're going to be doing a little bit of a concentration on our C major scale studies, starting on starting the next section. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be taking the scale studies. We're going to be doing 2 per day. So we'll be doing that, and I hope you had a good holiday. If you celebrate that holiday, that would be that'd be great. Okay, so anyway, if you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Really helps me out. It's nice to have people to hang out with, is what I've been seeing. So come hang out. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.